Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. Got the old microphone in play today. Lights aren't great, but hey, guys, how you doing? We're here to look at the game, the team news between Man City and Crystal Palace. Should be up in 4 minutes' time, guys. And how are you all doing? How are you all doing today, guys? Hope everybody's well. Is anybody watching what's the word? What's the right word for it? El Jurassico. Is that the right word? El Jurassico. Liverpool versus Man United. Yesterday's has-beens. El Jurassico. Anyway, just waiting for the team news to come out. So, who do you want to start? Hi, Spencer the Mark. Hope you're well, buddy. I'm very intrigued to see what Pep's going to do. Is he going to bring Walker back into the fold, play Cancelo on the left? Is that a possibility? Is he going to leave Walker on the bench and say Cancelo's doing well enough on the right? He'll keep his position. Is he going to play Rodri with Fernandinho or Rodri with Gundogan? I suspect Rodri with Gundogan. He's just a bit more of an attacking player. KDB. Who's going to play up front? Who's going to play up front? We've got Bernardo Silva's playing well. We've got Foden playing really well. We've got Torres back. We've got Gabriel Jesus. We've got Mahrez. We've got Sterling. Really interesting to see who Pep will pick. I just think you can't drop Phil Foden. I don't think you can drop Phil Foden. It's hard to drop Bernardo Silva because I think he's playing well. And you play Sterling down the middle. Spencer Mark, ball draw, 0-0 United. Yeah. That's El Boringo or whatever. El Snoozio. This afternoon, what have I watched? I watched the Man City's women's team win 7-0. Absolutely spanked Aston Villa. And we did a preview for that game. And I think I said 1-0 to City. We spanked them 7-0, 6-0 up at half time. And then I watched some of the game between Chelsea and Man United women's team as City are going to hopefully catch up to United. Chelsea won by 2-1. So that, although Chelsea are difficult for us to catch, my first aim is to catch United right now. You could argue that best result for City would have been a draw. We're up to 4th. Just got to keep winning our games. We need a convincing performance. I'm hoping the players don't show fatigue. I don't think they'll be too tired at Spencer Mount. As I said, we've got a lot of players coming back. It's really sad that the usual crowd aren't here because they're watching the Liverpool Man United game. Seriously, what kind of two-bit fans are they? Anyway, let's just wait for the team news to come out. Just waiting for my notifications. It'll be any minute now, guys. Hi, Brad, hope you well. Fernandez gone missing goal. Fernandez, is he playing? Seen some of his... he was not in the game, was he? Fernandez, as I said, he's played more like Frank Bruno than Bruno Fernandez tonight. Come on, guys. Let's just wait for this team news to come up. Team news is up any minute. Just watching Pepiola walking in, just watching them lads come in. Right, team news, come on, team news. It's got to be out now. Come on, waiting for my... No, it's not. Here we go. Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko. So there's no Cancelo. Fernandinho, Gundogan. Wow. De Bruyne, Bernardo, Sterling, Jesus. Oh, come on, no Foden. No Foden, no Cancelo. Wow. I mean, I've got to say, I'm absolutely shocked. I'm shocked that, to be honest, that Sterling gets a start above Foden. What does Foden have to do? Look, Pep's your man and all that, but what does Foden have to do? What does some risks taken from Pep, I think. Sergio was never going to play. He's self-isolating Spencer the Max, so that ain't going to happen. United aren't playing well. United, that first half, Liverpool were, basically they had all the ball. United relied on counters. Zinchenko's there. Look, this is certainly a team where we're looking. And Pep's, look, half the stuff I reckon that Pep talks about in press conferences is just not worth what he says, because what's he said? He said, we're only looking at Crystal Palace. We're not looking at any other games. Just focus on Crystal Palace. But then he drops Cancelo, who's been doing well. I think the last couple of games he's made a few bad passes, but overall he's doing well. So he drops him. Doesn't move into the left. He drops him. He drops Rodrigo, who's played almost every single league game this season. And he's not playing Foden. So for me, I'm gutted because Foden's in my fantasy team and I needed him to play. So for me, if you're leaving out Cancelo, you're leaving out Rodri, and you're leaving out Foden, to me, that means you're looking at the next game as well. You know, you could expect those three guys to come back. I think you will. So it's really interesting. Look, I've always said Fernandinho as a DM, it's no brainer for me. He's the best DM going. Best DM going. But just, it's a Foden one that really is difficult to take. Yeah, but Pet's playing Sterling. It's not for me. I understand if you're playing Bernardo and Foden, that it's hard to play Sterling. But Jesus, I mean, what Jesus come on last game, he didn't show that he deserves to start. Hi, Prithvi, and hi, Alexandros, and hi, Faris. Alexandros says it's going to be a difficult game, but City will win. Prithvi, if you think Aston Villa is a tougher game, so Foden rested for it. Aston Villa's a tougher game, yeah, but you've got to win. But why? We've got 4 days before that game. Just focus on the game. Just focus on the game, yeah. After Aston Villa, we've got a game in the FA Cup against Cheltenham. So you'd like to think, focus on Crystal Palace, put your best team out. Focus on Aston Villa, put your best team out, and then you start to say, all right, can we rest anybody? That's how to do it. Rest people for the game against Cheltenham. Hi, Abdallah, Mami, hope you're well. Faris completely forgot about the lineup. Yeah, you were watching El Ratico, which is 0-0 at the moment. Abdallah says, I think he's been cautious. Well, I don't know. I don't buy that. The time to rest players is that Cheltenham game. That's when you can say, right, you know, so-and-so's going to have a rest, so-and-so, whatever. Aston Villa's game is on the 20th. All right, I take it back. It's in 3 days. It's on Wednesday, so it's in 3 days' time. It's 17th today. So they've got 2 days off, 18th and 19th, and then it's the evening of the 20th. So it is 3 days. Sorry, I thought it was 4 days. I thought we were on Saturday. Anyway, for me, it's still long enough to leave Foden in the side. You know, he's 20 years old. He's on fire. He's buzzing. He's making Man City buzz. And then you drop him. You know, it's got, as I said, it's got nothing to do with my fantasy league team, guys. Absolutely nothing to do with that. But it is, as I said, it is disappointing. 3 minutes of injury time in El Crapico. So we've got a minute and a bit to go in El. What do you want? What should it be called? You know, we've called it. Who's that fella? I don't know who that is. We've called it El Jurassico, El Borio, El Snuzio, El Crapico. What's the right term for this derby now? Francis, I agree with Pepe's playing Sterling to get in form. Well, I don't care. Why do you play Sterling to get in form when you got Foden in form? So are you resting Foden to get out of form? Is that how it works? Faris, the most important thing is Mahrez isn't playing. I'll give you that, man. I'll give you that. No, Rodri must be sick. No, Rodri's on the bench. He's having a rest, Dre. He's having a rest. Foden deserves to start, absolutely. Aki's not fully fit. No, Aki's injured, man. Aki's injured. It's pathetic. Foden is young. He surely can play 2 games in 3 days. Absolute Prithvi. There's no question in my mind Foden should have played tonight. So in the last minute against El Crapico, El Ratico, whatever you want to call it. And Liverpool got a bit of pressure on at the moment. United break. Oh, power control. I'm not here to do a watch along of the last minute of the United game. What's that? Shaw doubled up. El Crapico. That's is the right. I'm happy with it, El Crapico. So, guys, let me know. Let me know, guys. What do you think of that? Does anybody think Cancelo should have started? Foden? Rodri? Apparently, there's no Wolf Zaha. He's not even on the bench. Is he going to be sold? My mate Dan saying Foden should be starting ahead of Bernardo. Just looking at any other comments to see. Wow. For Crystal Palace, no Zaha, no Kayute. Wow. Benteke on the bench. So that's interesting. And that's it. Well, that's that. Let's see what you guys are saying. So, guys, give us some thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, give us a subscribe, guys. It costs you now. And hit the bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. We want to get to 4,000 by the end of the season. Faris says Foden needs a rest for what? He's not played enough, Faris. For me, I went through that the other day. The games he started, he's not started the last 4 games, all of them. I don't know why he needs a rest. Phil is not injured, Harry. He's on the bench. So if he's on the bench, he shouldn't be injured. Yash says he should have started Torres over Sterling. I have no reason why Sterling should start. I have no reason why Jesus should start, because when he come on the other day, Jesus was Bob. So I'm really surprised. For me, Foden all day long. He should have been ahead of Sterling or Jesus. A games or two El Boreos. Absolutely, Dre. Shh, don't say out. This starts as our name. Well, I'm not going to say El Stinkio. Absolutely, El Stinkio. What a great name for it, El Stinkio. So is it finished 0-0, guys? El Crapico. Well, so look, guys, I always say title is in our hands. Title is in our hands. You win all your games now, you win it. Chris has started a new channel. I looked on my first videos and that post-match review of the game. What record did you use where you get all that stuff up on your screen? I use all the stuff on my screen now is from StreamYard. So I use StreamYard. You can get StreamYard for free. You can have 20 hours a month for free. I paid one of the packages about 250 quid a year, I think, or 300. I can't remember now. And for that, I get unlimited hours. So I can, stream for, now I do. In the old days, when I used the free one, I used to stream for under 20 hours a month. Now I stream, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 hours up to that sort. Well, a lot more than 20 if you think about it. If I'm doing about 30 streams a month, and each stream will be at least half an hour, there's 15 hours, and some will be like the post-match streams can be an hour, and some of the pre-match can be 45 minutes. So it all adds up. So yeah, check out StreamYard. They've got some stuff of their own, and you can make your own as well. Although I didn't make them. Cole did all my work. Well, he did everything for the graphics. 3 points, absolutely. We've got to go for it. Regardless of the lineups, if we continue to play as we have been, we should win it. Bernardo there for his energy, can't argue with that. Yep. Palace resting players, that's what I thought they might do. For where Palace are looking at it, this is not their big game. This is the game where in the last 2 seasons they've done well, they've beat us and they've drawn, but they're looking at it and thinking, okay, let's go out for the draw. Let's not bother with attacking players. Let's go for the draw and be stubborn and save our attacking players for the next game, which I suspect is in midweek. Iso here, hope you're well. El top 2. Good ribbon there. Aquila Port Garcia Aguero out, Sisaj, absolutely. I couldn't come on the channel. I have COVID and been busy as well. I hope you're well. That's more important. So here, don't worry about us, buddy. I hope you're well now and you're well on your way to recovery. We win both spare games. City go top, Sisaj, absolutely. City Fans TV. Well, it's a bit too near my name. Anyway, It's my new channel. Sorry, it's self-promotion. StreamYard's free, Chris. StreamYard is free. It's not exactly much different to my name, is it? Anyway, I'm sure we'll play Foden against Villa, says Faris. I hope so. So that's it. Spencer Mark is right. You can't be calling yourself City. We can't have even self-parodying. You can't really do that. And as I said, it's too near my name. Faris, I think if we get a lead, we should sub KDB because he needs a rest. Not at 1-0. You need to get up to at least a couple of goals ahead. You've got to get a couple of goals ahead before you start resting players. Guys, you can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. So, yeah, City, look, we just, as I said before, I can't remember. Who was it? So on the women's game, they were saying City are in patchy form, and so City won their last X number of games. I don't know what they're on about. And there's this need from pundits to say something to be relevant, and it's like, this is off the top of my head. We're not in patchy form. We had some Bobbins form earlier in the season, but I think now we're in pretty good form. So, I'm just having a pop at the pundits here. Look, let's look at our last few games. Man City 7, Aston Villa 0 in the league. Man City 3, Gothenburg 0. That was in the Champions League. Before that, Man City 2, Arsenal 1. That was in the Women's Super League. We won that. Before that, we won 2-1 at Gothenburg in the Champions League. Before that, we'd beaten Everton 3-0 away in the league. Before that, we'd had a couple of draws. One against United in the Conti Cup, 0-0. One against United in the league. Before that, we'd beaten Bristol 8-1. Before that, we'd beaten Liverpool 3-0 in the Conti Cup. Before that, we'd beaten Everton 3-1 in the FA Cup final. So if you go from basically November onwards, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. November, December. Okay, in November and December, 9 games. We'd won 7 and drawn 2. And the 2 draws were against Man United, who were top of the table. I don't get that as patchy form. Before that, our form wasn't brilliant. It was patchy form, but for the last 2 months, it's been top-notch form. But that's the problem with pundits. As I said, got to have something to say. We have to win, absolutely. Get 3-0 by half time, bring on Delap. I don't. Prithvi, that ain't happening. If we win, we go second. I've not even looked at the table. We were, last time I looked, we were 3rd or 4th. It makes no odds. Makes no odds. I mean, we'll have a look for you guys because of that. BBC describe it as a drab draw. So let's pull up the table so you guys know. I mean, Spurs winning, obviously, they're ahead of us. If we win, we go second above Leicester. It's certainly not a game you want to lose. And if we win, I mean, it's great to have that feeling that we've got 2 games in hand over Liverpool. We win, then we get 4 points ahead, and we get 1 ahead of United. But Leicester, don't discount Leicester. I mean, they're 3 points ahead of us. We've got 2 games in hand. So whatever happens, if we manage to win our 2 games in hand, it's still going to be tight. We could be on 38. United could be on 37. Leicester on 35. Everton, they got a game in hand as well. They could be on 35. Villa have got 3 games in hand. Okay, they can't win them all because they're good playing us. But they could be, if we win our games in hand, Villa could be on 32. It's going to be so tight. 38, 37, 35, 35, 34, 33. So tight. But the good thing for City is, in our last 5 games, we've won 4, drawn 1, which is the same as Man United. They've not even put the last one on BBC. Come on, Beeb. Let's go back to the. Can BBC not update? They couldn't update the form guide. Anyway, the points is right. So it's going to be very, very tight. But we're in some of the best form out there. Won our last 4. No one comes near us. Everton have won 4 and lost 1 of the last 5. We've won 4 and drawn 1. That's why Everton have got back in there a little bit. Leicester have won 3, drawn 2. That's why they're up there a little bit. Liverpool, Liverpool have, I think in the last 5, if I'm right, have they won 1, drawn 3, and lost 1. So in the last 5 games, Liverpool have got 6 points. So that's why they're dropping down the table. So we've got to make this count. All right, so go to your comments. Random Man City fan. Hopefully we can stay solid at the back. Unlike our last game, we were slopping, got lucky. Brighton couldn't finish their dinner. We need our front guy to do the business early and set the mood. Absolutely. Come on, lads. Don't disappoint. 3 points is a must. Pundits hate City. Absolutely. Absolutely. Colin Bell said, I can see why my name was quite controversial. Never thought about how similar it's to yours, so I've changed it. No worry about that, mate. But I would suggest, have it something. Colin Bell, actually, the Colin Bell stand, okay, is a good name for a channel because City fans know who Colin Bell is, especially now. So if you're trying to gain fans, especially now, people will have heard of Colin Bell. It's been all in the news. Colin Bell stand is great. Or if you want to be cheeky, you can call it the Bell End. The Bell End. And that works just as well. Look at Liverpool. Even they suffer from teams that defend with 10 and they have no plan B. Even more controversial with the Colin Bell shows some respect. I'm not sure about that, Spencer and Mark. I mean, the Colin Bell stand, I think, is all right. But if you call it the Bell End, yes, you're playing on that little joke. Colin Bell stand, I don't think. If using his name as a tribute, personally, I don't see a problem with that. Faris, they're burnt out like how we are. If we win our games in hand, we go top. Absolutely, Faris. If Aston Villa win all their games in hand, don't knock Aston Villa. If Aston Villa win all their games in hand, they go top. You would never think that. Is that right? Am I right? Or have I got that wrong? Aston Villa got 3 games in. No, they'll go second. Aston Villa would go second. It's only City that can go top if we win all the games in hand. Man United fans, no fans, that's all they're bothered about in the season. I'd be happy with the team selection. Look, here's my feeling. Jesus didn't show me enough in this cameo appearance last game to show why he deserves to start above Foden. So that's frustrating for me. Having Zinchenko instead of Cancelo, I'm only concerned about this game. I'm not even looking at the game against Villa. Yes, you could argue we need better players against Villa, probably. But what's the point of getting the win against Villa and then maybe dropping 2 points today against Palace, who are not a bad side? You just don't know. Yeah, man, you can't believe their look at the moment. Celebrations all right. Look, the thing is, they've got really lucky. But like I've said before, you've got to have a bit of luck to get there. Forget about other guys. Think about Palace, like Pep said. I'm only bothered about... But Pep isn't thinking about Palace. Pep is thinking about Villa. That's why Cancelo's been rested. That's why Foden's been rested. And that's why Rodri's been rested, because he's thinking about the Villa game. Why not, Faris? Why wouldn't the Villa game go ahead? If Villa play... as far as I'm aware, I don't see any reason why the Villa game shouldn't go ahead. Yes, they've had stuff postponed. Let's look at their recent games then, Aston Villa. So we're in January. It was the Everton game for today was postponed, but I think they'll be ready for that game. Because the 10 days of self-isolation will be up. Now, if Villa wanted to, they could easily get it. As I said before, they could easily get it postponed by saying, whilst they were self-isolating, then they started having symptoms. And then, because they've had symptoms, they have to start the 10-day isolation period. So they could easily come back with that. I don't think they're clever enough, a lot of people, if they're underhand. Spencer Matt reckons you should think of something different. Chris, do you think the Villa game will go ahead? Faris asked, yeah, I think it will. City would have scored against that makeshift Liverpool defence. Do those from over the road look like challenges? Really? They're not. But having said that, Burton Road, we didn't beat Liverpool and we didn't beat United. It's only recently that it's happening. Come on, City, says Alexandros. Hey, Abhishek, Sethi, hope you're well. 6 fantasy league points gone. Who's that with Abhishek? Fernandinho should play against Villa and Grealish. My fantasy league team's got hammered this week. I've had another terrible week. You know, when you think you're going to do well, when you look at some of the players I've got in mind, and then who didn't play or who's let me down, I was hoping that I'd do well with mostly it's a double point week, but it ain't happening. I've got Martinez in goal, the Villa keeper, and he's had his Everton game postponed, so lost there. Kurt Zuma didn't play for Chelsea, and Bednarak only got me 1 point for Southampton. The striker that I picked from Fulham, expected him to play 2 games. He got booked and he will miss the next game. So I got 1 point out of him, and I used some money to get him in my side. At least I had Son and Kane. I get a few points out of them. But Salah, who's my captain, so he got me nothing. KDB is my vice captain. I'm hoping he does some business tonight. So I've had a really bad week so far. I'm on 25 points tonight, and I have Foden in my side. So I expect Foden to come on, or at least play against Villa, but it's not looking good in the league that I'm in with my mates. I look like I'm dropping away in that. One of the guys has done really well. He had Antonio. He picked 3 West Ham players. Antonio scored. I think someone else got an assist and someone else got a clean sheet, so can't compete with them. Klopp blaming the ball. Come on, you can't be serious. See, the form side says Duff. Absolutely. I got Antonio this week and he scored. Oh, thanks, Abhishek. I really needed to hear that. Another one kicking the boots in. Klopp is not the legend he portrays. Well, this season's having a bad one. He's having a mare this season and he's whinging about it. Look, Klopp is lucky. Klopp is lucky this season because we are not as good as we should be. That's why Klopp's lucky. If anybody was pulling in right now the league leaders are getting Man United are getting 2 points a game. When City and Liverpool were doing the business, they were getting around the 2.5 point, just over 2.5 points a game. Now, if someone was getting 2.5 points a game, they'd be on 45 points, and Liverpool could probably say goodbye to the title. 45 points after 18 games. And that's 11 points clear of Liverpool. Now, yes, if we do win our 2 games in hand, we'll be 4 points clear. But 11 points, I don't think anyone's coming back from that. I don't think City would be giving up 11 points to Liverpool and 8 points to United. I just think that's really, really tough. So because no one's doing that, and because no one's doing better than 2 a game, that's why it is where it is. Obviously, if City win our 2 games in hand, we'll be doing better than 2 points a game, but not by much. So Liverpool are lucky because this is like a normal season. You know, if you double the points that Liverpool have got, they're finishing on about 70 points this season. That's Liverpool's level. That is Liverpool's level. We just need to go on a consistent run. And as we've discussed, guys, we've got the games for it. We just need to do it. That's it. We've got the games that are coming up. We just need to win all the games up to that Liverpool game. As I said, it'll give us confidence. Look at what we've got. Let's have a quick look. We've still got, obviously, we've got the Villa game. Then we've got Cheltenham in the FA Cup. Then we've got West Brom away. Obviously, they're going to look for a point. Then we've got Sheffield United at home. Got to be winning those games. Burnley away, got to win it because we've got some tough games coming up after that. Because we've got Liverpool away, Spurs at home, Arsenal away, Borussia Mönchengladbach away, West Ham at home. And it's a tough games. United at home, and that's in March, middle of March. There'll be an FA Cup game somewhere, I suspect, in there as well. If we beat Cheltenham, you'll have Fulham away. Then it gets a little bit easier, but then it gets tougher again. We've got Mönchengladbach at home, Wolves at home. So we've got a really, really tough finish. Leicester away, Leeds at home, Villa away. Then we've got the Carabao Cup final against Spurs. Getting into May, Palace away, that's a tough one. Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, Brighton away, Everton at home. Now, you could argue that the running does look a bit better. With Palace, you'd think, hopefully we'll get something like Palace away, Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, Brighton away, and Everton at home. That Everton at home might be the game for the league. Who knows? So it's not easy. We've got a really tough period in February, March, and April. City the form side. Let's get back up with you. I'll cry if we bottle games. We can't afford to do that, Faris. We got lucky last game. Yeah, Brighton were in that. We should have put that one away. And obviously, Sterling missed a penalty. How did Sterling get in? After missing that penalty? One game at a time. Pick form players. Pep looking for, absolutely. Pick your best players. And Foden is young. That's why I say play Foden. He's young. Cancelo's what, 25? Yeah. Rodri's 23. I just don't get it. Abhishek says I don't think Dak has been offered to West Ham. Well, he might have been offered to West Ham. David Moses said they put out some big offers for players. Nobody's biting. So if he's been offered, they've not offered enough money. Simple as that. 25 million gets you Patson Daka. When we had defence issues last year, we were slaughtered by the media suspense. They're always having a go at us. Daka is worth a punt. Absolutely. Hi, YB. It's all about mentality now. I hate the cliche, but the players really need to take one game at a time. We're falling into the trap of looking too far ahead and tripping up. Come on, boys, City till I die. Abhishek says we would have grabbed him for 25. I think we'd get him for 20. Honestly, if we put out that we want him at 20 million, I can see him going to his board and boss and say, I want to go. City want me, 20 million, I want to go. But looking back, looking at it now, if we had plans to buy somebody in January, I think we would have done it. There are still plenty of players out there. Mandzukic is going to AC Milan. I think he's having his medical today or tomorrow. There's people and I can understand, there's people who want to go to, for instance, you've got Memphis Depay, I said this before, 5 million quid. He's got 6 months left on his contract. David Alaba, 6 months left on his contract. Okay, you might be going to Real Madrid, whatever, but we should be trying to get these players. Arturo Milik, he's got 6 months left on his contract. Why can't you get somebody, put him on a 2.5-year deal or something, and say we'll decide at the end of the season if it works for you here, you can stay. If it doesn't, we'll let you go. We'll let you go at a good price, and you'll get another good club. We could buy him for 5 million, sell him for 20, 15 million, whatever, and keep him as backup. And so that's why I say the same with Daka. Get him for 20 million. He'll want to come. If it doesn't work out for him over the next 18 months, or even in 6 months, let him go again. But you got him at a good price. You'll get your money back. If he does well, if he does the business, you're sorted. So why can't we buy these relatively cheap players? 5 million for Depay, 5 million for Milik, have a punt for Alaba. Try it. You never know what's going to happen. Foden gives us that dynamism on the edge of the box. Absolutely, Burton Road. When you've got a team like Palace who are going to defend like anything for their lives and make it really tight and narrow space, Foden is that little jack in the box that can create all the difference. Don't understand how City can expect to win the league without forward Spencer. Look, we're doing well from other positions, but we've only scored 25 goals in 16 games. 25 goals. It's a goal and a half a game. It's not what we're used to. What we're used to is scoring 102 goals, was it last season? In 38 games, or 106 goals the season in the Centurion season. 106 goals in 38 games, almost 3 a game. We really should be scoring at least 2 goals a game. What we normally do. Even Pep says we have enough players. We still are not converting the chances. We have too many games, and in crucial games, even have chances. Matt, I said it last season. I said it the season before. Said it this season. A clinical striker would have a field day at City. Clinical striker. YB Zaha's out, and I can't remember the guy who said was out. Is that goals record? Matching Stu Pearce's record. Absolutely, he's trying to 25 goals in 16 games. Come on, City says JRX, and JRX says Zaha is the one that worried me. Yeah, he worried me too, but he's out. I think, as I said before, I think they're resting. I think they're resting people. A lot of people not happy after watching the Man United game. Well, why were you stupid to watch it, thinking you're going to be entertained? Just looking to see. Let's have a look what people are saying. If you go and look at Man City's Twitter, guys, go and look at Man City's Twitter. They've had a bit of a laugh with one of the shanty songs with those guys. So they put City players there. I think I can see John Stones. Is that Edison there? Kyle Walker is a short guy with tats. That's quite funny. I don't know how they do that. How you do those videos, but very good. My mate Steve talking about Zaha. I was just trying to remember. Who else is out for them. But Benteke is on the bench. Ayew is going to start for Palace. One of my mates did actually send me one of the guys I did the preview with did tell us the main details of that, but I can't seem to see them now. I've got hundreds of messages in the last, or tweets. Here we go. Here's the Palace side. There was no Zaha, no Kouyaté, McCarthy and Cahill back. Ayew replaces Benteke in the starting lineup, and Benteke's on the bench. This is the Palace side. Goita, Ward, Cahill, Tompkins, Mitchell, Townsend, Milojevic, McCarthy, MacArthur, Eze, and Ayew. On the bench, they got Butland, Dan, Klein, Van Aanholt, Riedewald, Benteke, and Batshuayi. So that's their lineup, guys. I'm obviously going to get ready to wind down. There's still 20 minutes before the game, isn't there? Even when we won the league, we weren't clinical, says Faris. Yeah, but the thing was, the season we won the league, we had so many chances. That's one of the things as well. We created, I think, so many chances. YB, Kouyaté and Zaha out. Against Villa, Pep could play Cancelo left back and Walker right back. That's true, Haj. But we're not got to focus on Palace. Exciting times ahead when we're really up to strength. Says Spencer and Mark. Absolutely must win game. This is Andrew. Absolutely. But what I've seen in the last few games, what I've seen is that sparkle in Pep. I've not seen that. Last season, I struggled to see that. I didn't see it. And that's one of the reasons I thought he'll leave. Even early on this season, I didn't see that sparkle. But in the last few games, some of them, like Chelsea, we played really well. United, we played really well. So I've seen that buzz. The performances have been really, really back to top level. So you can see that in Pep. You can see that in the way we've played. And it just makes... I said it early in the season. I said, I'm sure someone's going to say I said City wouldn't win the league. I said City won't win the league unless we get better. And that's at a time when we had drawn against West Ham, we'd drawn against Leeds, we lost to Leicester, we lost to Spurs. I think it's quite a reasonable comment to make that, I said we have to improve. We have to improve, and we have to rely on other teams dropping points. Liverpool, as Faris said they would, before he reminds me, have dropped points. In their last, as I said, in the last 5 games, 6 points in the last 5 games, if I'm right. So another draw. 3 of the last 5 games they've drawn. They got a defeat in there. It's fantastic for us. We've got to make something of this. I'm just looking at the Liverpool United game. What a rank, awful game that was. When you see on Fantasy League who gets the bonus points, when it's a defensive game, it's the defenders get the bonus points. In United's case, I mean, bonus point system. Alisson, he gets the bonus points. The 3. Shaw gets 2. Maguire gets 1. There's not a single attacking player in the top 10, or 5 on each side. It's goalkeeper, defender for Liverpool. And if Thiago's playing midfield, then it's a midfielder. And for United, Shaw, Maguire, De Gea, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka. So basically, that's how poor the attacking thing was in that game. Anyway, Pep looks like he cares again. Absolutely, Jerex. Long, short, Ruggs is rooting for City. That's the way to do it. Last 5 games, they won once, drew 3 times, and lost once. Sorry, that's right. If we don't win, will you blame Pep for not playing Foden? Absolutely, Faris. If we don't win, if we hadn't won the last game, I'd have blamed Mahrez for missing that open goal. If there's a pen, I hope Gundo gets it. To be honest, if KDB, give it KDB, let him slam it home. Slam it home. If we win and Everton win, it's a game. Then Liverpool will end up on 6, really tight this year. I've not even noticed that, Abhishek, that Liverpool could start sliding down the table. I don't think it's going to be long term. Look, you got to take advantage of the situation. Don't get me wrong, you've got to take advantage. But Liverpool haven't got their main centre backs, so you've got to strike while the iron is hot. We're in a good position. Other teams drop points. We've got to step in. And you're true. Well, Liverpool are 3rd. So if we win and Everton win, Liverpool drop to 5th. They won't go outside the top 6. And then it just depends on Villa. If Villa win their 3, they can't, because obviously they're playing us. But, I mean, here's a way to get Liverpool down to 6th. Villa win their 3 games in hand. City win 1 of ours in hand. We're both above Liverpool. Everton win their game in hand. They're above Liverpool. That's the only way. I mean, look at Wolves and say, well, I'm looking at the bottom quickly. Sheffield United got 5 points. West Brom 11. Fulham 12. Burnley 16. Brighton 17. That Brighton win yesterday is massive for them. Massive. Because they looked in big trouble. But their goal difference, I mean, as I said before, they've done well with a lot of draws. Their goal difference is -7, so it's quite decent. And they've got themselves out of a bit of trouble. But Burnley dropping a bit back, and we've got to play them in a few weeks' time. But anyway, that's looking ahead. Sterling is banned from Sterling has to be banned. KDB for pens and no one else is Koyo. Right, guys. I'm going to call it a day, 45 minutes on the old stream. I'm not going to do a halftime stream today. I've declared I'm not going to do a halftime stream. I'm going to do one at full time. Okay, go back to normal, no halftime stream. Spencer Matt says United couldn't score against Henderson, playing the centre back. There's Henderson and Fabinho at centre back. Take care, everybody. Faris as well. No halftime stream. Remember, I'll catch you at the end of the game, guys. Take care and come on, City.